Major layoffs in Hunan's public sector. Analysis: the CCP is really out of money. CICC cuts costs again. Senior bankers reportedly face demotions and pay cuts. 110,000 Chinese talents move to Hong Kong, confirming CCP's Keep Hong Kong, Not the People plan. CracksAppear on Hunan Expressway road has been open for just over 2 years. Meida Expressway collapses. Zhuhai Expressway urgently closed. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Major layoffs in Hunan's public sector. Analysis: the CCP is really out of money. In response to a severe budget deficit of 655 billion yuan, approximately $91 billion, Hunan province in China has significantly reduced its workforce in public institutions, impacting all but schools and hospitals. These measures, which saw cuts to at least 50% of institutional roles and 30% of public institutional positions, underscore a critical financial strain within the Chinese government. The drastic reduction strategy includes eliminating smaller public institutions and cutting positions funded by fiscal allocations, signaling an end to the once secure iron rice bowl jobs. This action aligns with wider national trends where local governments, under fiscal pressure, are mandated to economize, leading to job cuts and tighter budget controls. These fiscal austerity measures are part of efforts to redirect funds towards priorities like scientific research and grassroots positions to maintain social stability. The ongoing job cuts have already reduced the number of public sector employees by more than 5,600 in recent years, with a policy of hiring only one new person for every 2 or 3 that leave, signaling a move towards a leaner public service. This restructuring is part of a broader initiative to manage the workforce more efficiently in Hunan, one of China's most populous provinces. Since the announcement of the streamlining of public institutions in Hunan, the issue has continuously sparked heated debate. On May 5, the financial influencer CICC stated that Hunan's public institutions are reducing staff to increase efficiency because the government really has no money and must significantly cut public institutional positions and organizations. He explained that the streamlining at the provincial level in Hunan could be understood as eliminating division-level public institutions throughout Hunan in principle. At the city and county levels, the strategy is to cut at the county level and supplement at the township level, meaning that the staff cut from county positions will be sent to townships. Those who are idle in offices are now being sent to the grassroots level. The iron rice bowl is no longer secure. For example, those strengthened at the county level, who do not wish to go, will be the ones laid off, and no new people will be hired. Data shows that Hunan's provincial-level reform reclaimed 5,638 public institutional positions for counties, cities, districts, allocating over 3,300 positions to scientific innovation platforms such as the Provincial Academy of Sciences, Songshan Laboratory, and Shenong Seed Industry Laboratory. Why start smashing the iron rice bowl? The article by National Strategies also believes it's due to money. The real estate sector is facing its biggest turning point in over 20 years, and with the issue of local debt, fiscal expenditures naturally must be strictly controlled. At the same time, as the overall population peaks, about 2/3 of provinces experience negative growth in resident populations, and except for provincial capitals, all cities are seeing population declines, with county-level populations decreasing even faster and more severely. Even if fiscal growth remains high, in the face of a continually shrinking population, streamlining and efficient governance is an inevitable choice. On social media, the topic of Hunan smashing the iron rice bowl has almost unanimously led netizens to believe that it should be done quickly, as ordinary people are already suffering greatly, with many unemployed. Netizens have suggested merging various organizations such as the Office of Retired Cadres, the Labor Union, the CPPCC, the Federation of Literary and Art Circles, the Holiday Office, the Science Association, county libraries, party history offices, archives, and youth committees. CICC believes it's not just Hunan that is streamlining public institutional positions, it will spread widely and become more common. What feels like news today will be the norm in the future. CICC said, although civil servants haven't been streamlined yet, it's only a matter of time. Everyone already knows about civil servant pay cuts, all because the government has no money. As long as there's no money, real action is forced, and everyone is watching. The inevitable cut for civil servants is coming, and no one can escape. He also reminded that various fees will rise in the future because the government needs money. CICC cuts costs again. Senior bankers reportedly face demotions and pay cuts. Sources told Bloomberg that China International Capital Corporation, CICC, has internally notified bankers that, under the recently implemented performance rating system, some may lose their managing director titles and be demoted. The report states that demotions are extremely rare in financial institutions and large corporations. Some employees believe that CICC's performance rating system is a way to cut costs without layoffs, as layoffs could lead to high restructuring costs. Sources said that demotions, or the threat of demotion, could lead bankers to resign, allowing the company to reduce staff numbers without initiating layoffs. These sources disclosed that the new performance system categorizes bankers into 5 levels. Only 5% of the personnel will be placed in the highest level, followed by 45% in the second level, and 20% each in the third and fourth levels, with the lowest 10% in the bottom level. Bankers in the fourth level will face slight demotions within their job titles, while the bottom 10% will be demoted, for example, from managing director to executive director, or from vice president to manager. Only the top 5% of bankers will be eligible for promotion. Regarding this, CICC media spokesperson in Beijing has not responded to requests for comments from the media. CICC employs over 15,000 people globally, including more than 2,000 investment bankers. An insider stated that the company currently has about 300 managing directors, with around 100 in the investment banking division. Previously, CICC bankers' salaries were on par with international firms like Goldman Sachs and UBS, but over the past 3 years, due to sluggish trading volumes, CICC has repeatedly cut bonuses and benefits. Earlier, CICC had reduced travel allowances for senior bankers. Additionally, the company has required bankers to book the cheapest seats on most trains and significantly cut accommodation budgets. These insiders also mentioned that last month, CICC notified bankers in China that their base salaries would be cut by 25%. CICC recently reported a 45.13% decrease in net profit for the first quarter, dropping to 1.239 billion yuan, approximately $171 million. 110,000 Chinese talents moved to Hong Kong, confirming CCP's Keep Hong Kong, Not the People plan. On April 30, Hong Kong Chief Executive John Lee Ka-chiu stated at a press conference that as of the end of March this year, about 110,000 talents had moved to Hong Kong through various talent programs. Among them, the Talent Pass program received about 77,000 applications, with 62,000 approved. He also mentioned that the Talent Pass program is estimated to bring about 34 billion Hong Kong dollars, around $435 billion, in direct economic contributions annually, equivalent to about 1.2% of the local GDP. Lee further noted that talents in the Talent Pass program mainly engage in management and professional work, with a median income of about 50,000 Hong Kong dollars, about $6,400, and some earning up to 100,000 Hong Kong dollars, about $12,800, or more, even 200,000 Hong Kong dollars, around $25,600, or more. Many of these individuals also bring their spouses, with over 21,000 spouses moving to Hong Kong just last year. These spouses are generally young, some of whom have also started entering the workforce, mostly in higher technical jobs, with a median monthly income of about 30,000 Hong Kong dollars, about $3,800. The Talent Pass program, officially known as the High-End Talent Pass Scheme, first appeared in John Lee's October 2022 policy address. In the report, Lee acknowledged that about 140,000 local workers had left Hong Kong in the past 2 years. He proposed 4 measures to attract foreign talents, including launching the Talent Pass, relaxing the general employment policy, and the Mainland Talent Import Scheme. By the end of 2022, Hong Kong formally began accepting applications for the high-end talent pass scheme. Just 7 weeks after its launch, it received over 10,000 applications, with more than 7,700 approved. Hong Kong's Secretary for Labor and Welfare, Sun Yuk-han, stated that 2/3 of these applications came from mainland China, with the remaining 1/3 from overseas. Media sources revealed that about 95% of the applicants are of mainland Chinese nationality. Since the implementation of the Hong Kong National Security Law in July 2020, Hong Kong has seen a significant exodus, with hundreds of thousands of residents moving overseas. Educational institutions have been notably affected, with nearly 68,000 primary and secondary students leaving from September 2019 to September 2022, a more than tenfold increase compared to previous years. The dropout rate even in kindergartens hit a new high, with about 6.31% leaving in just 1 year. Additionally, since the introduction of the BNO, British National Overseas Passport scheme until late 2023, over 190,000 Hong Kongers have applied to emigrate for the past 3 years, driven by concerns for personal freedom and a lack of confidence in the political future. Meida, a political commentator based in the United States, told Epoch Times that since many anti-communist Hong Kongers are descendants of people who moved from mainland China through various channels, the CCP does not care about their departure. For the CCP, with its large population in mainland China, it is easy to replace the people in Hong Kong with others from the mainland. In fact, years ago, the CCP began planning to replace Hong Kong's elites with people from the mainland. During the era when Donald Tsang was Hong Kong's chief executive, pro-CCP establishment figures proposed the idea of population replacement, using mainland elites to replace local Hong Kongers. Later, official CCP media also heavily promoted the concept of new Hong Kongers, dividing Hong Kongers into new and old categories, with the so-called out with the old, in with the new meaning to eradicate the original Hong Kongers. The phrase "keep Hong Kong, not the people" thus began to circulate. On May 23, 2020, the pro-CCP Hong Kong media Oriental Daily suddenly published a commentary titled "National Security Law, Keep Hong Kong, Not the Rioters." It was the first disclosure of the CCP's determined to keep Hong Kong, not the people policy. The article claimed, "Just assume that there are 2 million people in Hong Kong who support the opposition. If these people do not identify with a country, they should help the elderly and children immigrate to another country. There is no point in staying in Hong Kong and causing trouble." The article also stated that after these 2 million people leave, those who remain must be patriotic and respect one country. The central government can then take this opportunity to completely reform administrative, legislative, judicial, educational, housing, and other issues, implementing "Keep Hong Kong, Not the People." Meida stated that soon after, the CCP implemented the Hong Kong version of the National Security Law in Hong Kong, and the series of cleanup actions taken against the Democrats were in preparation for "Keep Hong Kong, Not the People." Meida said, "For the CCP, Hong Kong has an extremely important strategic position. Now that a migration wave is occurring in Hong Kong, the CCP is seizing the opportunity to replace the population, and "Keep Hong Kong, Not the People" is being implemented. CracksAppear on Hunan Expressway road has been open for just over 2 years. Recently, netizens have reported that cracks have appeared on the Anshan-Sili Expressway from Changde, Hunan to Zhangjiajie. Local authorities have confirmed this to be true. The road in question was only opened at the end of 2021. A few days ago, netizens revealed that at the 77-kilometer mark of the Hunan-Anshan-Sili Expressway, cracks appeared on both directions of the roadway. Photos show multiple cracks on the asphalt surface, some of which appear to be over 1 meter long. On May 6, Jimu News reported that a staffer from the Changde City Transportation Bureau confirmed the authenticity of online reports about cracks on the Anshan-Sili Expressway, particularly near the Sherman section. When asked why the cracks occurred, a staff member said, "It's been raining quite heavily." Netizens criticized the official explanation for a road issue, attributing it to poor construction and corruption. Their comments suggested shoddy workmanship and questioned the inspection processes. Others said, the Meida Expressway issue isn't resolved yet, and now this? This is a matter of life and death, it must be thoroughly investigated. The report mentioned earlier stated that the Changde Highway Patrol staff indicated that the Anshan-Sili Expressway Xiamen section was closed in both directions, starting from the Xiamen County toll station, and detours were necessary. Public records show that the Anshan to Sili Expressway is a key part of Hunan province's planned 7 vertical and 9 horizontal, 3-ring expressway network, with a total investment of 10.251 billion yuan, around $144 billion. On December 31, 2021, after 3 years of construction, the Anshan-Sili Expressway was officially opened. Meida Expressway collapses, Zhuhai Expressway urgently closed. Following days of torrential rain that caused the collapse and severe casualties on the Meida Expressway in Guangdong Province, signs of sliding due to heavy rain were also observed on the slope of the Jiangzhou Expressway within the jurisdiction of Zhuhai City, Guangdong. The Zhuhai City Traffic Police Brigade confirmed that the northbound section, where the collapse occurred, was urgently closed on the afternoon of the 4th, with the reopening time yet to be determined. Xinhua News Agency reports that the slope failure occurred at 4:39 p.m. on the 4th at the 148.4 kilometer mark in the northbound direction of the Jiangzhou Expressway, indicating potential safety hazards due to the slope's instability. As a result, the Zhuhai City Public Security Bureau's Traffic Police Brigade immediately closed the affected northbound section of the slope, specifically between the interchange from the Shanghai Expressway to the Jiangzhou Expressway and the Dumen interchange. In recent days, continuous heavy rains have affected the entire province of Guangdong, with Zhuhai experiencing extremely heavy rainfall on the 4th. According to the Zhuhai City Meteorological Bureau, as of 1 p.m. on the 4th, 8 observation stations recorded 24-hour cumulative rainfall exceeding 250 millimeters, reaching the level of extraordinarily heavy rain, with 5 stations recording more than 300 millimeters. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.